Welcome back to Houzz TV Live. I'm Rick Spence, and with me today is Alicia Torosian with Alicia Torosian Design, based out of beautiful Newport Beach, California. And this home is really the quintessential coastal home that we're featuring today. Just awesome. When I go into this home, I get this feeling of beautiful texture and warmth. What was the inspiration for the homeowner for this? Like, what direction did they give you? We want this.
So they really wanted a family home that they could raise their kids in. That was big for them. They also wanted it to feel warm. And one of their main things that they asked for was a round dining table. They didn't have like this long list. They really trusted the vision and the process.
They didn't have a long list of demands. They're like, we just want a nice dining table. And then if you can make that work, we're good.
Yeah. I'm like, great. Sure, I can do that.
So let's go through some of the details in the dining room. Just a beautiful combination of something that says a little bit of beach, but refinement. Tell me about the materials in this space and how you put this all together.
So I definitely wanted to use textures. You'll see that because this is a family home, I did not want to do upholstered chairs in the dining room. I opted for a seagrass dining chair, which is easier to clean. Playing off the texture of that, I ended up choosing with the client a beautiful wallpaper in that space. It literally is the perfect tie back into the kitchen because the tones are there. I used a porcelain slab for the fireplace, which you would never know. It looks like a marble. The drapes in that room as well are really impactful because they have a really pretty floral pattern to them. Just combining all those textures together really makes the space feel warm and tied back together.
How do you determine the height of the bar to hang the drapes in a room, right? Because a lot of people put it right over the trim, right?
Yeah.
You got to just frame it. So in here, it's much higher.
Yeah, you don't have to go right over the trim. It depends on a lot, but you can go 12 inches off your ceiling. You don't have to go right on your trim. And it makes the room feel so much bigger.
How much higher is the space there? Is this like maybe 11 feet, 12 feet now in here?
Yeah, I think we're about 11 or 12 feet because of the peak.
So it's not just about arbitrarily raising the ceiling. It affords you these other opportunities in the space.
Yes. And then I'm able to do these decorative details that really just make the home feel that much more custom because really the millwork, those are the things that make the home.
Tell me about the light fixture in there.
Oh, I love that light fixture. I love that it's round. It kind of mimics the shape of the dining table. And then it has the accents of bronze to it. I used a lot of mixed metals in this home specifically. And it's just a really wow moment.
It's really beautiful.
Thank you.
What a great first impression when you walk into the home. You're instantly greeted by this beautiful space. And you're like, okay, what's next, right? So let's go to the next space. Let's hop into the kitchen. And again, a beautifully curated space. And I think it's important to know a little bit about your background. Your family is in the tile and stone business, and that's where you got your start. So naturally, you have a lot of expertise in some of the most important elements in any home. One of my favorite things in this kitchen is that backsplash. It just jumps out at me. I just love the texture of it and the color.
I love it too. I have to tell myself not to put it on every backsplash because I love it that much. That's the Zagora Blanc Niche, and it just has the tonality in it is phenomenal. So it pairs really well with the porcelain counters there.
It sounds like you went with a lot of porcelain throughout this home. What are some things you can look for to make it look more natural? If you want that durability route, but you also want the beauty of something that approaches more of a natural stone.
Yeah, so I think porcelain counters are just wonderful. So here I chose a porcelain countertop that is in a polished format, but I made sure that the island was going to fit one slab. I didn't want to have a seam. And another reason that I did not want to use marble in this space is we have that beautiful pass-through window by the kitchen sink. And so you can use porcelain indoor and outdoor. And so this carries through to the other side. And so that was a big reason to use porcelain in this space. I thought it just paired so nicely with the backsplash, and then found the perfect cabinet color.
What is the paint color?
It's called Edgecombe Gray from Benjamin Moore. I didn't want to do an all-white kitchen. I felt like it needed to be a little creamier than white. I also didn't want like a loud color. And so I settled on this nice, creamy, has hints of gray and hints of taupe, and it's really a good one.
That is a beautiful color. And then you have this natural wood vibe happening throughout the home
Yes.
as well.
Yeah. Browns are so in right now, which I love because it is warmer. I wanted to do a brown that had a stain that had hints of gray, hints of brown. And so it's actually white oak that we stained. And that's how we landed on that color. And so what I did was I put it on the island. And then on the hood detail, I also included it just to tie it in there as well.
I see people go both directions. Sometimes it's painted, sometimes it's wood. How did you kind of come to some of those decisions?
Okay, so it's a good question because there's a lot of thought put behind this. So because we have 8-foot ceilings, I did not want the whole hood to be wood because I felt like it was just too much in that space. And another thing is that the hood, I didn't want it to feel squatty and short, which it can feel sometimes in an 8-foot space. And so I did a curve detail intentionally to kind of trick your eye that it's not as short as it could be. This is what keeps me up at 3 a.m. I'm thinking about wood hoods. I'm not joking. It's true.
I know it's true. I believe you. You have storage all around this island, and then you have some open shelving.
Yes, give me all the storage. I feel like who doesn't want storage? I specifically did the open shelving on the end because that's what you see when you walk in. And again, I'm trying to like draw your eye down a little bit instead of up. I just feel like it's a pretty moment when you're walking in the entry towards the kitchen. I also like that because we have the open shelving, it kind of tucks the bar stools away. And that's not the first thing. You see the beautiful back on it, but you're not just seeing like legs of bar stool when you walk in.
Oh, yeah. That's kind of a nice little benefit, too.
I wouldn't do like a waterfall edge in this house because that's too modern. So that just felt like the right thing.
Tell me a little bit about your hardware in the kitchen.
In any space that I design, I really like to include different hardware because I think it just elevates the space. So on the bank of drawers, which is to the left and the right of the range, I went with cup pulls, which has like a little bit more of like an English cottage vibe to it. And then on the drawers, I use pulls. And then on all the cabinet doors, I use knobs. Sometimes I do mix metals on hardware, like maybe the island, you could do a different finish than the perimeter cabinetry. That's okay too, but then you're probably not mixing in as many styles.
I love the lights in here.
Oh, thanks.
I love the little texture on the glass. How did you decide the distance they are from the ceiling?
So that's a good question. So first of all, I want to be there when the lights are being hung. It can vary. From countertop height to the bottom of the light, you want to be between 30 to 36 inches off the counter. And so when I'm there, I'm looking at it with the electrician and I'm deciding on the height. I think it's really important to be there when the lights are being hung.
Congratulations on that space. And let's go into the adjacent space, this beautiful living area. Walk me through this space and some of the choices in here and the combination of your textiles and your furniture choices.
Sure. So in this space, we don't have a formal fireplace because that is adjacent in the dining room. And so I really wanted this built in to feel grand in scale. I wanted it to tie back into the kitchen, which is directly behind it. I wanted to add the color so it was interesting. And so we used a tongue and groove on the back of that media built-in cabinet that ties in with the island. And then I used the same exact paint color that's in the kitchen intentionally so that I could really put more interest into the furniture.
The big floppy couch, is that a custom couch? Do you do like custom furniture in this case?
Yeah, that was built in Los Angeles by a manufacturer that I use, and it was custom to my specs. And then we have another sofa. I like using 2 different sofas lately. I feel like in a space, if I can, it's just interesting. And the legs are different on each one, so they're not the same. The coffee table is a really pretty driftwood. And then I had the chairs with the plaid. Those were custom made in Los Angeles as well.
So I'm getting this complement of curves and angles and
yes.
Throughout.
I appreciate it because it's all very intentional. So the curve on the bookcases mimics the curve on the hood. And I think when you're playing with furniture, you really want to make sure that you have those elements. Not everything is just squared or curved.
From any angle, that's what I love about this space. No matter where I am in this home, any direction I look, I feel really comfortable there. And I love the color. So just gorgeous.
Thank you.
Okay. Now, everybody's favorite room, the laundry room. It's all about function, but there's no reason it can't look nice too. So what is your approach to laundry rooms in general, and why does this one work?
I feel like laundry rooms should be fun. And I think it's a great place to add color. I really wanted to make this space feel exciting. I mean, nobody likes doing laundry. I mean, nobody I know. Definitely not me. So I love the tile that's on the floor because it has that really pretty floral pattern. The paint color, it's from Portola Paints. It's called Twin Peaks. It just is like the perfect blue. I love having the sink here. I chose a farmhouse sink that I think is just beautiful and is really kind of a focal point. And then one of my other favorite things is the Roman shade that I had made there is a custom fabric. And I had this fabric for years and I just loved it. And it had that floral motif and it just happened to be perfect with the cabinet color. And then it ties back the floor. Also the light, just adding that semi-flush light above the sink gives an extra wow. It has an engineered quartz countertop, which is just easy. That color paired perfectly with the tile that I had there. And I really didn't want the counter to have any motion or anything going on because the floor tile does.
Beautiful space. So Alicia, you started your business a couple years ago, already doing amazing work, and now you're getting referrals. Tell me a little bit about Houzz Pro and how you use it and how it's impacted your business.
So Houzz Pro has been honestly transformative for my business. When I first started, I honestly was using an accounting software. It was like the wild, wild west. I was trying to input all these line items and use Excel spreadsheets, and it was crazy. And I found Houzz Pro, and it has been unbelievable. Really great for making proposals. And I love using the room boards. I can create room boards for each project. Having this software is just phenomenal.
That's awesome. Alicia, this home is really beautiful. These homeowners are so lucky that they found you, and I can't wait to see how your business grows and all the wonderful things you're going to do.
Well, thank you so much. Honestly, I feel like my clients I'm just thankful for them, and I appreciate you having me on here today.
All right, we'll do it again.
Sounds good. Nice to meet you.
Okay, you too. Bye-bye.
Bye.